PwC's Global Entertainment and Media Outlook, now in its 18th edition and covering the period 2017 to 2021, provides data garnered from 54 countries across 17 segments. Our analysis of the data provides us interesting insights into the trends and forces which are going to shape the industry over the next 5 years. As entertainment and media CEOs deal with the challenges of change in consumer behavior, availability of skill sets, uncertain economic climate due to evolving geopolitical realities, and speed of technological change, which have a direct impact on their ability to monetize their products and services, consumers too are struggling with a plethora of choices at their disposal, which need to be catered to in a finite amount of time available to them and within their entertainment spending budget. This means that players in the entertainment and media sector need to move over from being merely content and distribution focused to see how a unique user experience can be created for their customers. The future of entertainment and media is fantastic. There are 5 strategic advantages that will shape tomorrow's leaders. Knowing what drives fandom and who your fans really are, extending franchises into experiences, building direct-to-consumer destinations, aligning operations to fan value, investing in what makes a difference for fans, selling to fans, not eyeballs, wherever they may be. The global entertainment and media industry is experiencing a slowdown in terms of growth. It is expected to grow at a CAGR of 4.2% from 2017 to 2021. In fact, the sector's contribution to the overall GDP is also shrinking. This is due to a combination of various factors, but primarily due to the disruptions that digital medium is posing to traditional models, and also because of possible limits being reached in the big and mature E&M markets with respect to how much consumers will spend on entertainment. In contrast, India is set to register a high CAGR of 10.6% over 2017 to 21, from US dollars 27.3 billion in 2016 to US dollars 45.2 billion in 21. India has largely been shielded from the disruptions arising from digitization. It is one of the least digitized markets. The most rapid growth rates are in emerging markets where per capita spending is generally low. India is the second fastest growing country in terms of growth rate over the outlook period, and will be one of the top 10 markets in terms of absolute numbers by 2021. As regards the cinema segment, India's box office revenues will overtake that of Japan's during the outlook period to be the 3rd largest market for cinema in the world, with a double-digit CAGR. Despite low number of screens and low admission prices, India will rank 3rd after the US and China with respect to box office collections at the end of the outlook period. This can be attributed to a large number of admissions that India will have by 2021. Digitization of screens, growth in number of screens, and steady increase in admission prices means that the Indian cinema market is poised for significant growth even beyond the outlook period. However, enabling policies related to cinema infrastructure are much needed. Led by potential addition of significant number of households, traditional TV's growth in India, though not as high as in the recent past, is still expected to be amongst the highest globally given the present market size. Internet video will struggle to displace traditional video and home video over the outlook period. Though the internet video segment is expected to register significant growth, in CAGR terms, it will still lag behind traditional TV and home video in terms of absolute numbers. This is largely due to low broadband penetration, variations in mobile format and features, and price point variation of accessing and viewing content on traditional TV as compared to an OTT platform. Unlike the global trend, the Indian newspaper industry continues to grow on the back of growing literacy and is fueled by advertising in India's ongoing economic growth. While non-linear mediums will continue to grab a greater share of advertising revenue going forward, such cannibalization in India will be at a much slower rate. However, it is clear that newspapers are losing out to traditional TV on picking up the growth in advertising revenues. Thus, the divergence in the Indian growth story as compared to that of rest of the world mean that Indian players need to take their eye off global developments? No. The trends that are playing out in the developed markets will eventually mark their presence in the Indian market too. Also, India has time and again demonstrated the knack to leapfrog into latest development. For example, it is a mobile-first market rather than a fixed-line one, and players need to remain attuned to such possibilities. Finally, entering the top 10 markets by size within the outlook period, one needs to see how quickly can India push itself up into the top 5 markets globally.